Hello team, time is ticking away. So I did a release build that I submitted to Steam and they finally approved it. At first they said there's no leaderboards, even though there are leaderboards, but maybe they mean Steam leaderboards. So I had to take that language out of the store page and said there's no leaderboards. So I did that, and it's nice to get it approved early. It seems like they don't really care after you get the first build approved. They don't really approve your next builds, and maybe they check if there's a lot of stuff changed, but otherwise you can just keep uploading builds and updates, which is what I have been doing. So yeah, we're getting close. I have another month before release. Early access. I signed up for a key mailer, but I haven't paid them any money, so there has not been any movement in that area. I'm gonna try to do a little subscription thing, and because I kind of want to see people play this before it releases to early access, because I don't want to have the initial players to have the really bad time, which is probably what they will because it's super confusing. I did release a new trailer too. I put up on YouTube on this channel. You can find it probably. I don't know. It's alright. Yeah, there's been a lot of changes. I went to 4 different patches already since I last logged anything. So let's just go ahead and go through them all. Okay. So I made this little carousel thing. This is the last thing I did, but it's the first thing that comes up, so might as well look at it. It builds these random drones, and I just think the front page was kind of bland, so I wanted to put something in here. And of course, if you hit F5, you can refresh, and if I hit F5, it'll build up these drones. It was actually took me a little longer than I expected, which is quite annoying, but yeah. I think it's pretty neat. Sometimes I just sit here and watch these things get built. It's not the most possible combinations. There's no rotating of anything or anything like that, but it's a pretty good idea what they might look like. This one's especially bland. So there's that. Then we okay, new weapon type S. Okay, here we go from the start. So there's a new weapon type. This is S type. S. Let me remove it. And this is I added these. There was A, B, and C before, which attached to the wing. So if you have a wing, a large wing, which is an A wing, or a B wing, whatever, then you can have a B weapon. So it goes A, B, C, but I didn't have anything for the body. And I had A before, and I don't remember what the reasoning was, but I feel like this one should be kind of a little more special. So now there's S types, which have better stats. Yeah. And then the small wings will have the C type weapons, which are tiny. There they are. Okay. And added visual slot offset. So before, these like little slot icons were right where it's supposed to be, like right on the spot where it connects, but I did a little manipulation to move them out a little bit, so they're not exactly on the spot, which makes them stand out a little more, instead of half the time being buried, like a special being buried in the surface. Had a sandbox reset, so if you have a sandbox, you can have fighters and whatnot, and you can have obstacles. And now we have you can just do a reset here and just remove everything, so you don't have to do it all over again. Special part decals. So I had an issue with this before with overlapping, so there's a draw order for decals. So my body one was always overriding the the one that's even top, because the first one in is the first one in order to get displayed. I couldn't change it programmatically, so I just made 3 different textures, materials. They're different levels, and this one just uses one that's higher, so you can actually have a decal of its own. And yeah, it appears on top now. So we have that, which is nice. Move deployed objectives. We had objectives here. We had them down here before in the bottom left. And now they're up here. I think they're just not very visible here. The objectives in the PvP are still on the left here because we have history spot here. But yeah, it's just kind of hard to tell. Now you can kind of see what you're going for here. Okay, I set up a little scenario here. So before, when the missile hit something, it just kind of hit it, and then that was it. But now each object checks from the explosion center and the radius and whatnot, so it kind of raise back to the missile. So now, like, if it hits something else, it will still spread out where it needs to, stuff like that. See, like that. And even if it hits this, I think should be okay. Yeah, they both get kind of tagged. So that's the missile. I did reduce the missile lifetime by 1 second. It was going way too far, but it hasn't really changed much. I added a on destroy operation. Okay. So on destroy operation is let me give this guy a small wing. Those are the easiest ones to destroy. And then this is the wing, ladder chip, and then we have a event, and we'll have a on destroyed, and you can modify, I don't know, you can set 5 test. So yeah, and then we'll just hit it. I mean, just, yeah, okay, whatever. Maybe I'll just speed it up. What am I doing in my life? Okay, that worked. So we have one of these. If we watch it in here in slow-mo, there it goes. Got destroyed. So it has one last chance to fire off what it wants to before it goes into the abyss. Okay, I did object pooling for UI, and that's not visible for anything, but it should maybe load things up faster. We won't have to instantiate everything. Change special weapons to only affect hostile drones. So if you have say you have for now, there might be other ones that don't. If you're activating, say, your thumper, which would thump away stuff. And let me just undo this. See, nothing moved. But if we put this one in a hostile team, they moved. Oh, that thing got really launched. I don't know if that's correct. Anyway, okay, I separated the drones and stuff to individual files. Yeah, let me show that. Here's a file system now. These are all my test saves, but like if you go here, you'll have your save file that holds everything else, and then you'll have your drones that will save individually. So I saw it was getting a little slower to save them when I was saving everything all at the same time. So now with the individual drones, each one should be able to be saved faster, and everything else faster too. So for now, it's still auto-saving everything, and it seems not to hiccup too much. And I have a pretty old CPU, so I think it should be okay. Yeah, so for that reason, the data was reset once again. Sorry about that. Okay, we're back on this area. I added obstacle cloning only because I wanted to change one level, and I didn't. I wanted to put a gap in an obstacle, and that was the only way to do it was to make two obstacles, and I already like spent a lot of time. So now you can right click and clone this, and then you'll have a new one like this. Probably not useful for most people, but it was useful to me, so why not keep it there. Okay, I did make a lot of levels and stages and stuff for the release for early access. So these are the demos, and these are gonna be the ones in early access. This is gonna be the last boss. So this boss is kind of okay. Here, you can go in there and take a look. See, so it's a little spider dude that comes out. Got little dudes here, and they actually, that on destroyed event I was talking about, they actually use that, and then they send global, not global but area dispatcher to this one, and every time one of them gets destroyed, this guy it's got laser, like 6 lasers here, 7, and the last one turns on as well when the last one of these little dudes is destroyed. So each time one gets destroyed, another laser turns on. Let's see if we can get it to do anything. So watch. They'll probably destroy each other. Yeah, see the lasers are turning on. And then yeah, now it's got all of them going. So I mean that's actually pretty easy. I don't know any of the I didn't do much balancing, but I did go through every single level and figure out a lot of bugs and things I wanted to add, and added a lot of items and stuff. Each one will have an item and an exam and a modification. Yeah, so there's some cool stuff to play with. Not available in demo. Please wishlist game. Alright. We did rename some parts too. It's not known as, I just whatever. I removed the Unity splash screen, and then also the big thing I did was I added a chip background. So instead of seeing other stuff through there, I added these backgrounds, and I added this little background for the name, and you can drag on here. So yeah, I think it's much nicer now. Yeah, it's just a lot less confusing. I was confusing myself when I was coding all the NPCs and stuff. So I feel like it's a lot nicer. Yeah. I added a nameplate toggle, so this works in the world as well. If you hit N, it'll toggle the nameplates. Useful? Maybe. I don't know. I added team 5 and 6 in this, so this used to only go to 4. I added 5 and 6 just because 6 is the number in a free-for-all. I moved the remove up to the first one, so I don't have to go all the way down to remove it, but might as well keep these here now. It doesn't hurt anyone. Skeeter, they ain't hurting nobody. Okay, outcome. So I did little T and F here. I don't know. It's better visually, I guess, if your colors are not your thing. Is it true or false outcome? That's it. I added Steve achievements. Let me go take a look at those. Yeah, these are the achievements so far. So yeah, just a tutorial finish. 1v1, 3v3, free for all, and then completing level 9 of each of the current target / planet / stages. I'm not sure why, but currently you get the achievement and they pop up like after you close the game, but they don't pop up during the game. I don't know if it's because the game is not fully released or not, but hopefully we'll figure it out at some point. Anyway, that's the achievements. And we're back to the field. So I changed the logic of how the drones are placed in the arena here. They used to be, when you add them, this is like how it would be if it started with nothing, but before it was counting the number of drones. So if it said, oh, there's one here, there's one drone, but if that was the only one, it would overlap because, oh, there is one there, so put it here, and it wouldn't care. Now I made like a little check if, and it always goes through like these spots, and if it finds anything in there, it moves on. But if it doesn't, so if this is not there and you add another one, it'll go into that spot. So if there's already one there, yeah. So anyway, it's a lot less annoying for sure. I also added a remove all here, so you don't have to remove any of those if you don't really feel like it. Okay, so okay, I added these I added inherited value returns for event nodes. So let's see, if you have an event node, wait, which one here? Event node, and you're getting it blasted off. Let's see, are you getting blasted off? Oh yeah, I forgot, I'm not blasting off. Not Team Rocket right now. We have to reconnect this bad boy here. And missed. And got him. Alright. So so when you get your when you get like undestroyed node, will return the actual part ID. You can see there. So now parts always had IDs, but they were not visible. I don't know what you want to do with that information, but this will inherit will be part ID. So, and you can know which part ID right here. You can see the part ID here, and you can also read the part ID with get stat. You can get the ID here. So yeah, if you read this here, this is the ID is 444, and it's just setting test to 5, which is like the last hurrah. And this is true for some new ones that I added. So before the event node will actually, the inherits will be number of cycles, so this will just keep going up. This will be good for like initiation, so you can say if the inherit is 1, that means it's the first run of it. So you can do things just for that first run, you know what I mean? I don't know what I mean. But anyway, if you watch it, it'll just keep going and going and going and going and really going up high. And then we also have new events. We already had on hit projectile. No, what did we have before? On hit projectile, I think. This will return the angle that it hit. And we have on guy hit fighter, which will return the angle, and on guy hit obstacle, which will return the angle. So this is this could be a jank way to maneuver things through obstacles. You hit it, you get the angle, you set the angle to 180 to move at, you add 180 to move it to the angle to go backwards. So that could be something. Okay. Oh, okay. I did. I did this. Oops, what am I doing in my life? Here. I added. Oh God, it's like per thing, whatever. So now, if you roll over here, you can see them roll over here. It wasn't true before. Also, if you roll over there, it'll roll over here. It's just it was the same behavior as here, which I did before. You can see there, but for some reason I forgot about the world part. I also added PvP level imports, so before you add imports you can import the missions that you've unlocked and the ones that you've exported before, and now there's also PvP, so you can import something like this, so you can maybe put some drones in there and see how they would do. I guess that's all I had to show. There's been other improvements, quality of life improvements and bug fixes and stuff, but I just didn't really document it. Yeah, if you could wishlist it and try the demo will be live all the way through. I think Steam has a way to make the demo the same as the main game, so I don't have to upload two things, which is quite annoying. So yeah, that's about it. I hope I'll see you in the next one. Thank you.